Hey everybody, I just want to make this video. I don't normally do this kind of stuff, but decided to talk about this. Everyone's been hating on MapleStory, and I feel like MapleStory is probably going to be out for like 2 more years, and it just seemed like it's going downhill. And I want to think of something that what they can do to make the game better. So yes, I know they need to fix the lag. I'm just gonna get straight into it. So one thing I think that they can do to make the game better is to add something called Guild Wars, where it's guild versus guild. It will be exactly like Carnival PQ. I'll explain about Carnival PQ how it was played near the end, but it's exactly like Carnival PQ, and it's just guild versus guild. And I know, like, to make everything fair, when you're matching up with people, you have to be near that person's level and range. But we'll make it like where you match up with people's unbuffed range. So when you're in the PQ, when you're in the lobby, you cannot buff until you get into the PQ. And if you try to buff outside and then go into the PQ, it disables the buffs. Not 2 times XP or 2 times drop, but you know what I mean. So, so that way it will take your whole party's range and put it together, and your average level, and then you have to match up with people who are close to your level and your range. That'd be fair, right? And that'd be like mode number one. Mode number two, there'd be no limits, meaning doesn't matter what level you are and what range you are. We'll actually make the other one where you have to be at least level 200 plus. So the first mode, it's like any level goes. It's whatever. It's any level, but you have to be. If you're trying to party up, if you're trying to go up against other people, you have to have a range that is closer to their range and the same level. Not the same level, but close enough. The other mode, it would be like no limits, so it'll start at level 200 to 250. You can have as many ranges as you want. You can have as many. Your level can be like 10 levels, 20 levels higher, 50 levels higher. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now that's how to make it fair. With the first mode, it's pretty fair. And then how they're gonna deal with botters, I have no idea how they're gonna deal with botters. That's something that they have to fix. Um, let's talk about tradewind because I feel like the reason why they took out Carnival Piku was because of tradewind. Make it where when you get to the guild place, like the lobby, there should be a shop, and there should be, let's say they add in a guild ring, but you want to make the ring like actually good, like worth getting. Like look at SS ring, look at reboot ring. You want to put in a guild ring that's as good as that is good as those two rings because it's actually worth getting. You don't want to pick like a decent ring. It's a bit, I don't really need that. You know what I mean? You want an actual good ring because now people are actually going to be playing this PQ often, right? And it's worth. Like, why are you going to do trade win? You're not going to be able to get the ring. Another thing is to purchase the ring, you have to be a certain rank. Maybe if you're, let's say if you're S rank or an A rank or maybe a B rank, you can get it. But if you're like C, D, F, or whatever, you can't get it. Like you can't get it. So this is what I think how they should set this up. Whenever you play a game, there should be no limits to entries. You should be able to go in there as many times as you want. The XP cannot be good because if the XP is good, it destroys all the other PQs. So the XP has to be like meh, like somewhat decent, like kind of like meh. And every time you play a game, you should be able to gain about, let's say, 10 contribution. You don't want too high contribution, right? But let's say every time you play, you gain 10 contribution points. All right? For like one person, you gain 10. And then like let's say if you have 6 people in your team, then they gain 60 contribution together. That's per game, right? So, and then on top of that, they also gain points, right? Like separate, like they gain points. And the points, you have to, if you're at a certain rank and you have enough points to buy an item in the shop, uh, um, if you, let's say you're trying to buy the guild ring, right? You need to be, let's say, an S rank or an A rank, and you have to have the amount of points to get the item. That way, it destroys trade win because people are like, I can't do trade win because my rank would be like probably like a D or an E or something like that, right? Because you win lose all the time, right? You're not gonna have a good rank. Even if you have enough points to get it, your rank is gonna be crap. So now you actually have to try to actually win, right? It makes it fair like that. So that's how to take out trade win. Now every week it should show maybe the top 20 or the top 50 for the guilds who participated in guild wars, whoever gained the most contribution in the guild wars. And and it makes it fair. Like at the end of the week, the people who participated get they should get a reward for participating in the guild wars. Um, so and then, yeah, like I was saying, at the end of the week, it resets, right? So the people who participated, they get the points, and it doesn't matter what level you are. If your guild has a bunch of level 60s, you still have a chance of winning because there's no limit, right? And all you have to do is just play a lot of games. That's it. All you have to do is just keep playing. So you actually have a chance on winning, and being the top guild. And it gets really competitive because everyone's gonna be like, okay, well, I want to show everyone that our guild is the best, so we're gonna play a lot, you know. So and then what they can do also, they can do, let's just say, like a big event, like every once in a while, make it like where they stream it and they do like a big tournament where they pick like the top 8 people in Guild Wars and then they go up against each other. That'd be really fun. That's pretty much it for Guild Wars. And look at the top games being played right now, man. Like League of Legends, Hearthstone, Dota 2, Counter Strike, and I think that was it. Those are like the main top games being played. And all those games have in common is that they're team based and they're competitive. And MapleStory, it doesn't have that. But what I just told you, if they bring that out, it's competitive, and you have to work together as a team too. On top of that, so how Carnival PQ, how it was is, you go into this map and you kill monsters, and when you kill monsters, you get a certain amount of points, and you can use the points to summon effects for the enemy team. You can make more monsters spawn on the enemy side, or you can add damage canceling, or make it where the enemy, they'll start missing, they can't jump, and when you summon these, it summons towers on their side, and they have to break the towers to disable the effect off the mobs that they're trying to kill because they need the most score until the timer runs out. Okay, that's how it was played. Uh, what else is there to talk about? That's pretty much it for my idea, and I really think that if they add this, I think the game would be a lot funner. I don't think that with this idea, I don't think the games would be super amazing or anything, but I think it's a start. It makes guilds more funner, and being on a team, it just working together as a team just makes the game so much fun that way. Another thing I want to add in, and maybe they should add in like a tower defense mode in the Guild Wars where um maybe like every fifth wave or every 10th wave a big boss appears and you have to try to kill it. That'd be really cool. Um, just another option that they should add in. But yeah, last thing is the login screen. When you log in and then you see all those servers. I know some of these servers they have a server merge, but why don't you like it just looks so stupid. Like they have like over 20 something servers and they have a whole bunch of these right here that are just showing. Instead of this, why don't you just make it where it's like, oh, this right here is like this right here is one whole server. Like I really think they should have at least like 4 or 5 servers total because all this is just useless. Let's actually combine it. Like I know they did server merge, but like let's actually do maybe another server merge and let's um show it like at the login screen where all this would be like one, for example, all this would be another server, all this would be another server, and this would be another server. So then when a new player comes in, they don't get overwhelmed. They're not like, holy moly, what server do I join? Oh my god, I don't know what server to join. Because there's so many freaking servers. But yeah, just clean up the servers, and when you actually get into the game, how it shows the recommended level where to. It's like a guide where it shows you where to level up. That the soul weapon, quest helper, reward points, all that stuff, make it where in the options we can actually disable all that because I don't want to see this every single time I log into the game. Quest helper, for example, Not only it shows up every time, but if you close it and you go into another map, it appears again. Even if you drag it all the way in the corner, when you log into the game, shows up again. It's just so annoying. Like, fix that, man. Like, I don't want to see that every time. And yeah, it's 2017. The game should be 1080p, and there should be different modes. Like, you should have. This is one is really frigging important. This one is what I really want. You know how you can like change the resolution, make the game window mode. There should be window mode, non-borderless, 1080p. Okay, they should have 1080p. So let's just say if I'm playing on 1080, my resolution for my computer is 1080p, 1920 by 1080p, and I want to play MapleStory in full screen, but I want to play it with no borders on it. Sorry, I want to play the game in window mode with no borders. What's the difference between window mode and no borders and full screen? The difference is that I don't have to alt tab anymore. If I have two monitors, I can just I can pretty much do some work on one side while my game is still running without having it to close or anything like that. Because you have to like alt tab and go back in. Even if you have one monitor, you can still like open up like something where it will show up on top of the game, and you can do like talk to someone on Facebook or something like that. So I think that's like really cool if they add in full screen, non-borderless. You know. Anyways, those are my ideas of what I think of what I think they can do for the game to make it better. I don't normally do these kind of videos because this is like a one take kind of video, and I'm not a one take kind of guy. And don't like doing these kind of videos because like I usually do a lot of retakes because like stuttering, voice crack, all that kind of stuff. It's just not my thing. But I just want to talk about this because MapleStory, I don't want to see it go downhill. So yeah, those are just my ideas. Also, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with this idea? Do you disagree? I know for sure whenever someone has an idea, someone has to try to like find a way to make it not work for whatever reason. So if you're one of those kind of people, leave it in the comment section below. And I just want to know what you guys think that they should do to make the game better. Because just look at the top games being played, and they will remain there for a very long time. League of Legends, Counter Strike, Dota 2, Hearthstone, Overwatch. They're gonna be up there for a long time. Especially the first four that I named. They're competitive and they're team-based games, and MapleStory they doesn't have that. And the reason why I like MapleStory so much is because I grew up playing 2D games and I like 2D games. I was never into the whole 3D realistic kind of games. I was never really into that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I do like League of Legends, I do like Counter Strike, but I'm more into that cartoon look, that chibi anime kind of look. You know, like I like the anime style to the game. And a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well then you can try MapleStory 2. Honestly, you guys are probably gonna hate me for this one. Honestly, MapleStory 2, it looks like a kid game. Now hold on, both games look like it's for kids, but if I were to show somebody MapleStory 2 and MapleStory 1, like for all ages, I can swear to God that a high percent of people would pick MapleStory 1. MapleStory 2, no offense, it looks like Dora the Explorer. No offense, I'm just saying. I know, like I said, both games, it looks like it's for kids, okay? They're both for kids or whatever, right? They both look like games like that. But MapleStory 2 really looks like it looks like it's for people who are in diapers, you know what I mean? But MapleStory 1, it looks like it's for like maybe people who are at the age of like 8 or whatever and higher. That's all I'm saying. And I don't know. I'd feel embarrassed if someone caught me playing MapleStory 2. That's all I'm saying. I'm not hating. I'm just saying it looks like a kid game, like a really kiddie-ish game. That's all I'm saying. All right, because both games are for kids, and I'm sure the gameplay is good, but I'm just talking about based on like the graphics on what it looks like. I don't know. I just feel embarrassed playing that game. That's all. I don't care what people think, but like, man, like, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But MapleStory 2, no, 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 no. Anyways, yeah, tell me what you guys think about the video. Tell me if you like the idea and stuff like that.